from New York, the Please Don't Show Me state. It's late. A man who laughs in the face of death, but whines on and on about a head cold. Dave.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy you're here. I made a terribly important decision last night, and I'm going to share it with you folks right now. I'm going to start referring to myself in the third person more. And let me tell you something. When Dave Letterman does something, Dave Letterman really does something. Excuse me, Kevin, I think Dave Letterman just screwed up the joke, didn't he? Let's see, when Dave Letterman decides to do something, then Dave Letterman really does it. Thank you so much for those calls. Oh, stop it. Shut up. I tell you, I thought this was a little scary. According to an article in the New York Times today, United States intelligence has now determined that the Russians have finally developed a cough drop with vapor action. Vapor action. You know, I still can't hear anything. I've had this cold now. Yeah, I got this cold on my birthday, April 12th, 78. And it's plugged up my, you know, if you ever get a chance to look inside your own head, but it could be painful. It's tough on your neck. There's just miles and miles of tubing and so forth. Literally miles and miles, like 58 miles of tubing in the average human head. But it's human head tubing, but it's supposed to be there. I'm doing Jake Johansson now. And so if you get a cold, this tubing gets plugged up and you can't hear a thing, and that's what's happened to me. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Drive safely. Well, it's certainly been a big week on the campaign trail. Monday night, I believe Michael Dukakis came out, admitted actually, and said he was proud that he was a liberal. And today, Dan Quayle came out and admitted that he was a bonehead. So that's been taken care of. What are they doing, Paul?
I don't know. Why would they take a shot at me when you said bonehead? I don't know.
He wants to live in the White House with George, with his good friend George. He hopes he's moving into the White House.
So I
Put
understand.
a little bunk there for him in the Oval Office. Well, let's see, Kevin, if we don't do this one now, what would we go on to? Okay, and if we go on to that one, we're done? What's your call? A lady said both. A masochist in the audience. All right, ma'am, who said both? All right. You have a what there?
Dinosaur.
You have a dinosaur with you. Oh, boy. That's a bad sign when the audience is bringing stuffed animals with them, isn't it? Better bring something to amuse yourself if you're coming. I bet you really like shiny objects, too, don't you? Okay. All right, we're going to do both in honor of you and your little dinosaur. You're inseparable, aren't you? Oh, God. Okay, here we go. The Israeli elections ended, I guess you probably heard about this, in a dead heat. The conservative Likud party and the left-leaning Labor Party. You knew that the Likud was the conservative party, didn't you, Paul?
Of course, the Likud.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And the left-leaning, which is what I do in a strong wind, the left-leaning Labor Party, both received now 40 seats. But good news today, the tie was broken when Yitzhak Shamir kicked a 32-yard field goal. Dinosaur. Banging on a dinosaur. Nice going, Kevin. Good idea. I'm so glad Kevin's not holding a dinosaur. I'm quite disappointed about something. I got word today that Ms. Magazine, of all people, rejected my medical essay that I hoped that they would print, entitled Why Women Get Bitchy Once a Month. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with that joke. I don't see, personally, I don't even like that joke. Here's what I think. I think that joke stinks, is what I think. And And let me tell you something else. All of this will be edited out. And as for that woman, I have no idea who that was. Somebody Hal's trying to impress. Hal Gurney met someone at lunch. You know, if you play your cards right, maybe a place for you on the show tonight, honey. So get a little eyeshadow on, and, you know, we'll see how it works. What a show, ladies and gentlemen. 9 years. No, I'm not talking about Wendell getting lucky. No, I'm talking about the presidential election. Here now, we've put together for you some Campaign 88 do's and don'ts to help every American come next Tuesday. Walk this way to the polling place, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. Paul, nice to see you. Sid, how are you? Will, Kenny, nice to have you here. Anton, how you doing? Good to see you. Well, here we are, folks, at the polling place. You know, candidates kissing babies is certainly an American tradition, but during the cold and flu season, it can certainly be risky. Who would know that better than I? That's why health-conscious campaigners will be using one of these. It's the sanitary kiss stamp. Here, let me show you how that works. Let's do that. Do you mind if I apply this to your baby's forehead? Okay, there we go. There you go. That's how that works. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. The sanitary kiss stamp. You know, folks, nothing is more demoralizing to campaign workers than seeing potential voters casually discard campaign literature. That's why Dukakis strategists have come up with these. These are fly paper pamphlets. There you go, son. Take one of those and see if you don't enjoy that. Here, have a couple more of them. What's the matter? Can't seem to...
This pamphlet is stuck to my hand.
So you understand the joke then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know, it's the job of Secret Service agents to protect the candidates. Hello, gentlemen. Nice to have you here with us tonight. But to avoid confusion, they should take a lesson from big league outfielders. When diving in front of a bullet, Secret Service men should always call it.
I got it. I got it. No, I got it.
Paul, I think that was the same guy who was upset about the pamphlets a minute ago.
Easy for you to say.
Thank you very much. Well, here now, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you a little mnemonic device that you can, will save you a whole lot of embarrassment when you're not sure what to do with the cork. Here's how it goes. Smelling okay, tasting no way. Just remember that, and you'll always be in good shape when it comes time to decide what to do with the cork when the... Oh, no, wait a minute. I think there's something wrong here. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I think this was supposed to be with champagne do's and don'ts. We're doing Campaign 88 do's and don'ts. It's a little mix-up. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, let's play with the dinosaur for 60 minutes. You know, folks, many Americans are unhappy that they're allowed to vote at age 18, but not allowed to drink until they've reached the age of 21. Well, this year, to encourage greater participation by the young, they're allowed to drink as much as they want, as long as they do it right here in the voting booth. Hi, kids. How's it going?
Hey, all right. It's Joe Piscopo.
That's right. That's right. I am Joe Piscopo. Thank you very much. Excuse me. You don't think my neck's getting too big, do you? Okay, good. There you go. You know, ladies and gentlemen, is Costas here? He could go on early. Is Bob in? Because we could just run him in a few minutes early. In a few minutes, you'll have an important choice to make while you're waiting in line. Why not review the crucial issues of the campaign? I'm referring, of course, to which celebrities now are backing the candidates. Let's see. Supporting Michael Dukakis are Richard Gere, Justine Bateman, and Barbara Streisand. For George Bush, we have Charlton Heston, Ginger Rogers, Chuck Norris. Oh, and this is surprising. TV's The Lander Sisters prefer the comic book character Iron Man. I didn't realize that. Didn't realize that. That's odd. Only one of us is dead. You know, the voting booth is equipped with one of these curtains to ensure that each ballot is cast in absolute privacy. Truly, who you vote for is your secret and yours alone.
Which lover do I pull for Bush? I want to vote for Bush. Could somebody show me how to vote for Bush?
This brings me to our next item. Casting your vote is actually quite simple. All you do is you step into the booth, close the curtain, and then you pull the handle with the red lever after you've voted, and then you exit. How did it go, Calvert?
Great, Dave.
Uh-huh. Just get out of here. No, just get out of here completely. Well, now, maybe you better not, because you're hooked up to something and... Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, we have time for one final bit of advice. For months, you've been pushed and pulled by conflicting political appeals, but when you finally step into that voting booth, it comes down to you and your conscience, and of course, the ghost of Elvis. There he is. It's the ghost of Elvis, Paul.
Dave.
Yes, Elvis?
Why don't you vote for Dukakis?
Uh-huh.
He's experienced,
right.
He's competent, and best of all, he's promised to make me Secretary of State.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Elvis, for that advice. And by the way, help yourself to that big plate of donuts backstage, all right?
Oh, great. Thanks, Dave.
Okay, well, there you have it. Campaign 88 do's and don'ts. Does it sound to you like I have a cold?
A little bit, yeah.
Does it sound to you like it's worse than it was last night?
It's getting a little bit...
Does it sound to you like it was worse than it was Tuesday night?
Touch worse, yeah.
But it does sound like a cold.
Sounds like a cold to me,
See,
yeah.
you could be wrong, because today, one of our staff members told me it's probably strep throat.
Oh, it could be strep throat.
Yeah.
Well, that's an infection. That's a virus.
Is it a virus or a bacteria?
I think the strep throat is a virus, and a cold is, you know, just nuttiness.
And I'm starting to sound like, what's his name? Gene Autry's sidekick. So it may just be nuttiness, or it could be strep throat?
Could be strep throat, yeah. You gonna go to a doctor?
No, I haven't had a chance to go to a doctor. I'm busy doing this show every night.
You really should see a doctor right away, though.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
Also, a member of our staff today won the lottery.
Really?
Yeah.
Who won the lottery?
This is the first time I've ever known anybody who won is it the New York State lottery?
Who won?
I can't tell, because he'll be besieged by family and friends he didn't know he had.
I see. Can
I tell how much? Please. $5 grand he won.
Really?
Yeah. No, now, see, he'll be knocked down as he leaves the building. I'm sorry, Bill, but congratulations. Is that the first time you won it? Wow. And are you now back in it for the big $13 million deal?
No.
How often have you played it?
About a month.
About a month. About a month, and he hits for $5 grand? Pretty good deal. Congratulations. Thank you. What do? I get strep throat. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Sorry, I don't have a lozenge for you.
Yeah, well, I don't think a lozenge would help strep throat, but I have a headache and like 108-degree fever. Yeah.
Well, showbiz, you're bearing up.
Absolutely. And today is your birthday, huh?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I have sort of mixed feelings about it, though. As most of you are probably painfully aware, today would have been ex-Rolling Stone guitarist Brian Jones' 46th birthday, and, you know, if Brian were alive today, I'm sure that all of us would be more than a little surprised. I'm 35 myself. So,
35? Well, that's good.
It's the first day in my life I've been eligible to be president of the country, and it's also the first time in my life I've ever felt overqualified for a gig. I don't think the presidential system works anymore. I'm advocating a new system, the volleyball-tocracy. We elect 6 men, one of them serves till he screws up. They rotate, somebody else takes it for a while. You know, my favorite moment in the campaign so far was after the Iowa caucuses, when Al Haig, who received 0% of the vote in Iowa, dropped out of the race and threw all of his support to Bob Dole. Well, thank you, Al, huh? Yeah. Takes a big man.
A real boost of confidence there. What have you been doing? Of course, you have the album here. You're traveling a lot, working. You have your show upstairs.
Yeah, I was just down in Nashville, Tennessee. I'd never been to Nashville before, but
Why were you there?
Doing a gig. Years ago, I had relatives who lived there and worked in the sequin mines, and I went down to...
They dig that stuff out of the ground.
They dig it out, and they mine it, and
Is
they
it
make
a shaft
Conway
mine or
20,
like a strip mining kind of thing?
It's a strip mine, surface stuff,
didn't
and that's
realize
the
that.
big problem because they leave the ground barren after that.
yeah.
And, you know, you have to. You crop rotate though. You do sequins, then every other year you do bugle beads, and Bob Mackey comes in. You know.
People getting gold lame lung down there,
Yeah,
are they?
it's-
That's too bad.
Good score.
Well, thanks. I do what I can. You know, I have a fever. So Nashville.
Yeah, I went to see Shirley MacLaine's film down there, Madame Souvlaki or whatever the hell that.
How was the film?
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping in a previous life Shirley had manners, but I went to see. Oh, he's sick. I thought I'd take her out for him.
I appreciate that.
I went to one of those 18-screen movie arcs, you know. And you ever call up one of these places for movie times? You get stuck on that Inagata Davida drum solo message, you know. I don't stay on the phone that long with friends contemplating suicide.
You don't?
No, I don't. And I'm a caring guy.
Oh, God. So, Memphis? Nashville? Where was
no.
it? Nashville. That's right.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. We're done with Nashville?
Yeah.
Well, let's go on then.
Okay.
Let's do a commercial here.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
To FDR from Honest A.
Yeah. Without telling us who your preference is, do you have any assessment of the men running?
Well, I think it's kind of obvious what's going to happen. I think the worst sign I've seen is last night I saw Dukakis on the Robin Bird show, and
that's too bad.
That's not good for
that's a little low.
candidacy,
Yeah.
you know. They say he lacks charisma. I read somewhere where his personalized license plate is a random series of numbers and letters. So I don't think that's good.
No.
You know where I think Dukakis is getting killed is the death penalty thing. I think that's a big thing for people, and I think people are fed up with, you know, the entire American legal system is Koyaanisqatsi. You know, it's based on the premise of
I'm sorry, Dennis.
Koyaanisqatsi.
I'm sorry, yes, I know.
It's just
Why don't you explain
well,
that?
they have the Cliff Notes. I just,
It's a Hopi Indian word.
life out of balance.
Life out of balance. Thank you very much. And I think it's Koyaanisqatsi, isn't it?
I'm sorry, you're right. I mispronounced it.
No one here cares but you and maybe me.
Supercalifragilistic Koyaanisqatsi. But the whole system.
It's Dr. IQ, Paul. He's here tonight.
Why do some of these?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Some of these for me and you.
I had NyQuil on my pancakes. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're right. It is Koyaanisqatsi.
I don't know. Maybe you're right.
No, you're right. But only Philip Glass would have called me on that. You and me. But the entire system of jurisprudence in this country is based on the premise of.
Whoa! Someone's taken their own life.
I think it's Hendrix's ghost. That ability to stay in the moment. The entire American system of jurisprudence in this country is based on the premise of trial by jury, and the only way you can get on a jury is if you prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you know nothing about the case you're about to try. Consequently, we have people's lives being determined by 12 people in a room whose main goal in life is to wrap it up and get home in time to watch Alice reruns on the Superstation because they think Flo is a real hoot. You know, it's like... Regardless of who wins, though, be it Dukakis or Bush, I think in some odd way we're probably going to miss Reagan because, like him or not, he has become our grandfather figure.
Right.
And, you know,
And in terms of people just love the guy. Could do virtually nothing wrong.
And, you know, he never misses a chance for PR. I read today where he sent a congratulatory telegram to the whales, and he signed it. He signed it from one of the world's oldest living mammals to another. So, you know, and I'm. And it's a shame. It's a shame after 8 years my fantasy has never been fulfilled. You ever get the urge to see Nancy Reagan dressed up in Frank Gorshin's old Riddler costume, or just, you know, taking those little Riddler poses? You know? It's the physical side.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Sure. Yeah, so it's been interesting to watch all of this stuff going on, hasn't it? Yeah.
It's been...
Now you're becoming like a big deal. You're like a star, a celebrity.
Well, I don't think being a celebrity in this country means much. Everybody's a celebrity. You ever see these magazine ads for Amaretto D, and then they have these anonymous people? Does anybody recognize one of those people? I'm beginning to think this is part of the Federal Witness Relocation Program. I mean, if somebody snitches on a mob boss, they put them in one of these ads so they can lay low for a little while. Celebrities who used to be celebrities are celebrities again. Crosby, Stills, and Nash now touring.
Right.
Same three lovable guys, just a lot easier to see from the cheap seats, huh?
But they're back out there doing it,
Yeah.
and that's the important thing, don't you think?
You're not a celebrity in this country till people start to do impressions of you. And when I checked the master list this morning, I'm one of 3 men currently in North America who do not do a Jack Nicholson impression, and they're so good at it, aren't they? Don't you love when they give you this thing with the hairline, that classic kabuki technique? I don't mind it when they do Nicholson. I hate it when they paint him into these incredibly mundane scenarios. Can you imagine Jack Nicholson as a produce clerk in a grocery store? No, I can imagine as a produce clerk in a grocery store, all right? Let's not take the world's highest paid actor and have him spritz in a bag of turnips for $3.35 an hour. Yeah. Can I imagine? One of my buddy Sorrell over here? I mean...
All right, let's see. What do we want to mention? The show. You're back on this. Your 3rd year on the air.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that you've been up there 3 years, isn't it? Yeah. Things are going great for you.
I have a great life.
Oh, and you have your album.
Yeah.
The Off-White album. Yeah.
Another George Bush round.
The war on drugs.
The difference. That's right, exactly. My apologies. Kenny Loggins will be. Just tell me now if he's not going to be here.
He doesn't know about it yet, but...
He doesn't know about. Has the offer been made to Dustin Hoffman?
Many offers have
How
been
many
made.
times have we asked him to be on the show?
10, 15 times.
And how many times has he said no?
10, 15 times.
He'll be, mark my words, he'll be on every other show, but he won't be on this one. Is that what's going to happen?
There's a good chance.
I'm so dispirited. Plus, we're now getting calls from area kennels complaining that my voice is disturbing the dogs. But anyway, Dustin Hoffman will be here, we assume.
We assume. What
And
happens when you assume?
Huh?
You know what happens when you assume?
Oh, don't even do that. Is it Koyo Nesquatsi or who knows?
I think you had it right.
I don't think I had it right. I was just amazed that the man would even mention it here. Does anybody know what he was talking about? Yes. Oh, and you're steamed. On February 23rd, 1989, Paul, Kirstie Alley will be on the show. So jot this down in your TV guide. February 23rd, 1989.
Next year.
Kirstie Alley, yep, February 23rd. And this is good because since we know she's going to be here next year, I'm spending all my free time now studying up about Kirstie Alley. I know everything there is to know about Kirstie Alley. In fact, if you know this woman at all or anything about her career, ask me a question. Try to stump me here on the topic of Kirstie Alley. Go ahead.
All right, I do have a question.
Make it a hard one.
I have a question,
because
actually.
I've been studying for weeks and weeks.
I have a question right here, and here we go. True or false?
Uh-huh.
Kirstie Alley played the Vulcan Lieutenant Savick in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Huh. True or false?
True or false?
I'm going to have to say that that's false because I think the character she played was half Vulcan.
Absolutely right. Character was half Vulcan. You are correct.
Okay, do we have time for the top 10 list? Here we go. From the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska, top 10 things that would keep me from doing the show. I'm here doing the show despite the fact that I am dreadfully ill. Here now is a list of 10 things that perhaps would keep me from coming in to do the program. Number 10. They need my chair up at the NBC News desk. Number 9, my poodle grooming service really starts to make money. Number 8, a brutal alien invading army demands that Earth send forth their champion. Number 7, Connie Chung finally drops that fat guy she's married to. Number 6, any serious job offer. Number 5, a chance to go backstage at the Winter Garden and watch the cast of Cats put on their makeup. Number 4, President Quayle. Number 3, a single word from Mr. Gotti. Number 2, when there is no longer a single cameraman, a single studio audience member, or a single television set on the face of the earth, then and only then will I cease my endless strivings to educate, to illuminate, to entertain. And the number 1 thing that could keep me from coming to work, if I still feel this lousy tomorrow.
Roddy Piper stuff.
If you're scoring at home, then it's only like 99.9. It's Stacey Allison.